volleyball girls are going to be gone, but we'll go over it again. Um, Okay, so these things right here that are separated by the pluses and minuses are called terms. Okay, so there's 3 terms on this one. And we talked about this yesterday. You can only add or subtract like terms, the same kind, together. Did you guys hear what I said yesterday? Are these like terms, 4x squared minus 2x?
Yes.
Okay, no. X, whatever x is, it's some number. X squared is going to be a different number, right? So these are not like terms. They would not add together. So we didn't have this on yesterday's, but I talked about 1 through 4 with the girls. So anyways, so those are not like terms.
So if you had another one that was like it, would you like just add the exponences?
Okay, well, let's look at it. So yesterday we did like this, and what was that answer?
That's
5x. So if I did this, what do you think that answer would be?
5x and 4,000.
Okay, did I change the exponents up here? No. We did 1, 1, 1, basically, just stayed the same. So it's because 3 of these plus 2 of these equals 5 of these, not 5 of something else. So it does stay the same. Okay, when do you change the exponent? That's like when we did this last chapter. Yeah, because this means x times x times x times x. So if these were multiplied, well, first of all, it'd be 6, 3 times 2, and then it'd be x to the 4th. But it's not multiplied, so that's kind of the tricky part. We have to.
Short stack.
Caitlin.
Why'd you over on that side, not scared of Steve? I would have banged on the screen when
You would have got me so much.
I don't know. That's the name of Miss Stanley's class that I'm with Frederick.
Yeah, she hate you.
Miss Stanley?
Does.
Huh. Did you do it?
Dang little story.
Did they have to at the school or where is it at?
Okay, let me turn in the worksheet. Just a reminder. Okay. All right, and the other thing that I mentioned yesterday is this. Have you guys seen this word before?
Nope.
It's called coefficients. That's just the numbers on the front of the terms. It's like the multiplier. So the coefficient for the first term is 4. Actually, the coefficient for the second term you should think of as -2 if it's a minus. And then the coefficient is 3. So that's it. And none of these terms are like terms, so none of them would add together. Okay. Got it? Got it good? Yeah, I think what I was saying was, what's tricky about this lesson is when you distribute, you have to multiply, and then after you're done multiplying, you have to add, and jumping back and forth between multiplying and adding is tricky. So if I were to multiply, this is what Joe was just asking. If I was to multiply this, you do 3 times 2 is 6, and because the order of multiplication doesn't matter, so you can kind of multiply whatever you want. X squared times x squared is x to the 4th. Okay, so 2 totally different answers, different rules, and we're jumping back and forth between these 2. That's the tricky part. All right, anyway, so let's practice. Number 1. We're not actually solving or simplifying number 1 through 4. The directions say, for each algebraic expression, list all numerical coefficients. So what did I say coefficients were? The numbers in front. And if there's a minus in front of it, we should write it as a negative. So, Nadia, what are the coefficients on number 1?
3, 4, and -5.
Right. 3, 4, -5. Not a trick question.
Would it be -5 at the beginning because it said numerical order?
It doesn't say order, no. So,
Oh, numerical coefficient, okay.
and then it says, and then identify the like terms. So if we were gonna simplify number 1, which 2 terms would add together?
4,
-5. 4y, well, the whole term, 4y and -5y would add together. So those are like terms. So over here, I put a semicolon. You could just space it out maybe or something. 4y and -5y are the like terms. Okay, and on number 2, remember I said the x squared and the x term are not like terms. Not the same. It's gotta be like the exact same letters and powers. Number 3, okay, so slight trick question. Holly, what do you think the coefficients are in number 3?
2 and 9.
Well, it'd be -2 and -9, but what about the first term?
I don't know.
If there's no number in front, what number's in front? 1, yeah. So it's 1, a -2, and a -9. Okay, Holly, which of those are like terms? Yeah, all the above, so I guess we're just gonna list them all. XY, what was it, -2xy and 9xy? Kind of rewrite the problem. They would all go together. You'd have to do like 1 minus 2 minus 9 xy. Okay, now we're actually starting. So this is still distributed property. It's the same thing as yesterday. 4x plus 2y. But looking at the worksheets, it looks like we didn't do as well as I had hoped we would do. So maybe we can ace it today. So, all right, Trace, what do I do on this one?
You multiply 4 times x, which would be 4x. And then you multiply 4 into 2, which would be 8y.
Right. So, yeah, think of this as 4 times positive 2y, which is 8y. If it's positive, it's basically going to be a plus.
Yeah.
This symbol right here doesn't always match this one. Okay, it just kind of depends if it's a positive or a negative answer, then you're going to have a plus or minus. All right, can we do anything else? No. So that's the answer. Number 7. 5x, x plus y. Okay, so this was not on yesterday's because we did not have to distribute an x yesterday. So Keegan, what's this going to turn into?
Would be 5x squared.
Right. X times x, it's kind of like we're adding the exponents here, is
It's like it being 5 times
it's x times x is x squared, yeah. It's not, we're not really doing much, it's just easier to write x squared than x times x, okay? Alright, and then what will the other term be? 5x times y is 5xy. Yeah, it's kind of like this. When we did 4 times x, there's not really anything you can do. So we just put 4x, which means 4 times x. When you do 5x times y, there's not really anything we can do. We can't make that any simpler. So it's just 5x times y, 5xy. Alright. Number 9. Okay, this is not really distributed property, it's more adding like terms. So Austin, what is 3a plus 7a?
10a squared.
Okay, when do we get x squared? Oops. We got x squared when we multiplied. Okay, because x times x, that's what x squared means. But are we multiplying a times a here?
No.
No. So 3 of these plus 7 of these equals 10 of the same thing. Okay. See, that's what I meant when I said we're jumping back and forth between multiply and adding. So that makes it tricky. 12xy plus 4xy. Joe? Yep. All right. 13. D minus 4f plus 3f plus 7. Oh, D minus 4d plus 3f plus 7. All right, did I copy it right?
Yep.
All right, Chase, what can I do on that one?
Combine two D's, so
Yeah, and what's the coefficient for this D?
1.
1.
So that's negative 3D. 1. Helps to add.
Yeah. All right, good. Just adding like terms. 1 minus 4 and 3 plus 7. All right. 15. Y minus 9y plus 3y squared. All right, Caitlin, what do you think for this one?
Y minus 9y.
So that'd be 1y minus 9y. And 1 minus 9,
Negative 8.
right, so it's negative 8y. What about this?
3y squared.
Right, can't really do anything with that, so just leave them there. Still plus 3y squared. 4y plus 2a plus 9. Okay. You could, but it's not necessary. Multiplying by 1 doesn't really do anything, right? Yesterday we had one that was like a minus, and we'll have this today again. And that is like distributing in negative 1 on those. But you don't really have to write a 1. I just think of it as distributing the minus. So it's just minus 2a minus 9. Now, if I distribute a plus, and by the way, am I multiplying this by 4a? No. Yesterday on the worksheet and today, when you're multiplying, this should be right next to it. If there's a plus right here, we're not multiplying. Okay, we're kind of distributing this plus on the parentheses. So this would just be 4a plus 2a, and plus 9 would just be plus 9. Okay, so when there's a plus in front of the parentheses, do the parentheses matter? No. If there's a minus in front of the parentheses, do the parentheses matter? Yes, because this would turn into not only minus 2a, but it would also turn into minus 9. But if there's a plus, you can actually kind of just get rid of it or just ignore it or whatever. So, let's see. Caitlin, what would this turn into?
6a.
Yep. Then what?
Plus 9.
Yep. And that's it, because those don't add together. Alright. 19, 2x, speaking of the devils, 2x minus 8y plus x. Alright. Ben, what do we do on this one?
So, since it's negative in front of it, you just do 2x minus 8y minus x.
Right. is x.
Yeah, and then minus ay.
Yeah, so today's kind of a tough one. Monday is super easy, like too easy. But then it kind of slowly ramps up again to like, we're starting equations on Monday, solving equations.
Yeah.
But it's like one-step equations, so kind of want to skip Mondays, but that's okay. You guys can get an easy one every once in a while. Tuesdays won't be hard easy. Tuesdays, two-step equations. And then it gets messier after that.
I don't
But
remember how far we went. Did we get to three?
We got
three
some
steps?
multi-step.
Well, yeah. I know.
yeah, there's no, they don't call it 3 or 4. That it just gets messier after that.
Okay.
All right,
I know we did- okay.
like you get x's on both sides. And the
Yeah.
equation.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah. That's.
And like you have to change.
Isn't that kind of already ended the year of this type of thing?
Yeah, we ended the year because we got done with most of the stuff in the algebra book. So we did geometry. We started bits of geometry, like basic.
All right. I guess waiting. Let's see. Yeah, then we go back. Might get more than one question today. Kind of close to the end. So Leighton, what will happen if there's a minus right here? What will happen to this?
It's a negative x1. Or negative x1. Right?
And what?
And just negative x, right? Just minus.
What about this?
Can't just leave it.
What?
They can't just leave it. That's a positive.
Yeah, I'll change that positive.
Right, because it's like minus minus one. You guys remember back when we did adding and subtracting? It was
Mr. Fair.
Mr. Jordan,
No,
that's a
Mr.
plus.
The one in the middle is a plus.
oh, this one's a plus. Okay, but we will run into this, so let's talk about it.
The one in the middle.
One of the variables.
Oh, this one. This one's a minus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but when we do see this, when you have minus and negative, remember that just means plus. Okay, so if this had been a minus and negative, this would have been plus y. Alright,
So wait, would it still be negative x?
Still be negative, right?
right.
Okay. So
Okay, no. So we're adding, no, this switched. So we're adding x,
then yours
and
is-
we're adding a minus y, so that's just minus y. Alright, my bad. Sorry, that's probably confusing because that was a minus earlier. Alright, now what?
So it'll be 2x.
Yeah.
And then would it just be y?
Okay, some of you got this wrong on the worksheet we just looked at because I graded one of them, 2 of them. Plus y minus y. If I had like plus 5 minus 5, what would that equal? 0. Same thing. These are some number, but they're the same number. So it is 0 when you. So do I need to put plus 0 or something? No. It's just nothing. So gone. All right. 3x plus 2y plus 5x minus 7y. Yeah. Unfortunately, they put it on the evens. There's a couple people. Really? Don't tell me you're eating muffins for 30 minutes.
Yeah, we were during the photo
Oh,
booth.
okay. You take pictures.
Yeah.
we covered it.
Now I think everybody's here. That's gonna be here.
No, that's it.
Girls, we turned in that worksheet from yesterday, so don't forget that. We're almost done with the lesson, unfortunately. I'm recording it, so if you want to watch it this weekend, it'll be some good entertainment for you. I'll try to help you some today. Let's see, 2x plus 3y plus 5x minus 7y. 3x plus 2y plus 5x minus 7y. Alright, did I get it right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Actually, it's plus.
Plus again.
this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All pluses?
Or negative,
Negative 7y?
Yeah, negative.
That's what I did last time. I switched the plus and minus at the end. Okay. Logan, if there's a plus in the parentheses, on the parentheses, what's this gonna turn into? Positive 5x, and how about this one? No. If you're adding a negative 7y, it's just like a minus 7y. Like adding a negative is the same thing as subtracting. So when you have a plus in front of parentheses, it doesn't really do anything. Like the parentheses don't change anything. It's only when there's a minus that you kind of have to change both of those. Alright, now what can I do, Logan? Well, you can add your like terms together. So what do you think 3x could add with?
5.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think that's going to turn into?
8x.
Right. And then, looky there, we got some twins there. So 2y minus 7y. If it was 7 minus 2, that would be 5y. But if it's 2 minus 7, right, it's negative 5. So this will be a minus 5y. Okay, 2a minus b. I'm just gonna, I give up. I'm making too many mistakes. We'll just copy straight. Darn. Maybe since Monday's so easy, I might make it shorter and add on to this assignment on Monday. Because just a little bit. Not like we're gonna do the whole page. Yeah, because we need more practice on this than we do on tomorrow's. Yeah, you guys are all gonna get A's on Mondays. All right. Gracie, I know you weren't here, but we kind of talked about this yesterday. What's going to happen when we have a minus in front of this parentheses?
You just turn that number negative.
Okay. And what's this one going to be? Plus or minus?
Minus 1.
Right. Okay. Now, did you hear what I said? If there's a plus in front, is anything going to change?
No.
No. So these just stay the same. Of course, nothing's really happening with this one either. Okay. So now what, Gracie?
You add the like terms, so 2a minus 3a plus 6a.
Yeah. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 6.
5.
Yeah. And then negative 1. So if you're not confident in your ability, I would just plug all this in the calculator. If there's no number right there, that's a 1. So this is a negative 1. Minus 4. Negative 5. Plus 1. Negative 4. These two, these two kind of cancel each other out. Kind of make it 0, so it's just the negative 4b. So minus 4b. All right, go ahead and try, actually, let me zoom out. Can you, Shelby and Gracie, how good are your eyes? Might be too tiny. It's too long a list. I think I have an idea. Wait. No. Never mind. Might not work. Oh, it's down here. Okay. Oh, well, there's the lesson.
This should work. I use the bathroom.
Yeah. Oops, I'm still recording.